A lot of people leaving the city think they'll get more space and a better lifestyle in the suburbs until they realize their commute is now much longer. And honestly, not all commuter towns here north of Boston are created equal. Some give you a really good balance of access, lifestyle, and value, while others can make getting into the city much harder than expected. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through some of the best commuter towns north of Boston and why so many buyers are targeting these areas right now. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Chris Blavelt. I'm a local realtor here north of Boston, and my team and I help people relocate here to the North Shore every single day. We specialize in helping people try to balance the commute, lifestyle, schools, affordability, and when choosing where to live and finding the best location for them. And one thing I've noticed is that buyers often focus so much on the house itself that they actually underestimate how much the location and commute will impact their day to day. So in this video, I'm gonna break down some of the best commuter towns here north of Boston, along with the pros, trade-offs, and what type of buyer each town tends to fit best. And if you're starting to narrow down towns and want help figuring out what areas fit your lifestyle best, make sure to check out the link in the description below to schedule a discovery call with me. All right, so let's jump in. The first town I have here to mention is Andover. This is honestly one of the most popular commuting towns here north of Boston, and it's for good reason. You have direct access to Route 93 in the commuter rail, which goes right into Boston, which makes commuting relatively convenient compared to a lot of surrounding towns. Andover also has a really strong downtown area with great local restaurants, coffee shops, and local businesses, and a very walkable feel in certain parts of town. The school system is one of the biggest draws here as well, which is why a lot of families specifically target Andover when relocating from Boston. The downside is affordability. Andover has become very expensive, especially for updated homes, new construction, in great desirable neighborhoods. The next town I want to mention is North Andover. North Andover is another really popular option, especially for buyers looking for a slightly different price point than Andover while still wanting a similar and overall feel. You still have strong commuter access with Route 495, 93, and you're also close to the commuter rail. North Andover tends to offer a little more suburban feel overall, and there are a lot of neighborhoods that buyers really like because of the newer homes, cul-de-sac, and neighborhood setups. One thing I will say though is traffic around Route 114 can definitely get busy during rush hour, so that's something buyers should understand up front. Next is Reading. Reading is a town that I think sometimes gets overlooked, but for commuting into Boston, it's actually a really strong option. Reading would probably be my #1 recommendation for commuter access into the city. You have the commuter rail, which runs right into town. You also are very close to Route 93 and 128. One thing that buyers really like about Reading is that it feels closer to Boston while still offering more of a suburban environment. The downtown is a little bit smaller than somewhere like Andover, but it still has a nice community feel with restaurants, coffee shops, and local businesses. Because of the location, demand here stays very strong and inventory can be very competitive. Next is Wakefield. Wakefield is where I grew up. Wakefield has become extremely popular over the last several years, especially with younger buyers moving out of Boston. One of the biggest reasons is the combination of commuter convenience and lifestyle. You've got the commuter rail access that goes right into Boston. You're also close to Route 93 and 95, and you're much closer to the city than towns like Andover and North Andover. Wakefield also has a really nice downtown area, and you have Lake Quannapowitt close by that people walk every single day. It's a really nice community and town environment. The biggest downside is that because Wakefield has become so popular, prices have increased significantly, and it's very competitive when looking for a home here in Wakefield. Now, Newburyport is definitely farther from Boston than some of the other towns on the list, but I still want to include it because for certain buyers, it works really well. You do have commuter rail access directly into Boston, and a lot of people who only commute a few days a week are willing to trade a slightly longer commute for the coastal lifestyle. Newburyport gives you a completely different feel than some of the other towns that I mentioned. You've got the waterfront, a great downtown area with good restaurants, you're close to beaches nearby, and overall, Newburyport is a really strong community atmosphere. The downside is that commuting daily from Newburyport into Boston would definitely be a lot for some people, so this tends to work better for the hybrid workers. Lastly, I want to mention Salem, New Hampshire, because a lot of buyers considering the suburbs are also looking at southern New Hampshire for tax reasons and affordability. Salem gives you relatively convenient access into Boston via 93 while still offering New Hampshire benefits like no sales tax. Tuscan Village has also completely changed the feel of Salem over the last several years with restaurants, shopping, and entertainment, and they're continuing to expand. The biggest thing buyers really need to understand though is the traffic on 93 heading into Massachusetts can still become very heavy during commuter hours. At the end of the day, there's no single best commuter town north of Boston because it really depends on what matters most to you. Some buyers prioritize schools, some care more about commute time, some want a walkable downtown area, and others want more space or lower taxes. The key is finding the right balance between commute, lifestyle, and budget because all of those things tend to trade off with each other. If you're trying to figure out which towns make the most sense for your commute and lifestyle, feel free to reach out to me anytime and check out the link in the description to schedule a discovery call. My team and I would be happy to answer any questions and help put together a strong game plan for you. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos about Massachusetts and New Hampshire suburbs, commuter towns, and what it's really like to live here north of Boston. Next, make sure you check out my video, Living in Newburyport Isn't for Everyone, where I break down the real pros and cons of one of the most popular coastal towns here north of Boston.